Yes, people, that is what we wanted to see. I didn't want any pressure. I didn't want any pressure other than the pressure on Manchester City, and that's exactly what we now have done. Manchester City have unbelievable amount of pressure tomorrow. We're now 9 points clear. Aston Villa dropping more points as well, even though people don't see them in the title race. I actually genuinely do think we need to pull away as best that we can away from these teams, and Aston Villa are one of them. Just outside the pub at the moment, everyone's buzzing, everyone's really enjoyed what we've seen today. And do you know what? I'm going to big up the attack, and I'm going to big up Mikel Arteta. I thought everything was spot on. From the team lineup to the substitutes, from the free-flowing attack, for the fact that we did not rely on own goals or set-piece again, LA. No set-piece goals, no corner goals, no own goals. Today was about our attack. And do you know what? I thought we were really free-flowing. I thought Eze come on, I thought Martinelli come on, Gyokeres comes on, 2 goals. Today, my player of the match, Leandro Trossard. He was everywhere. Right in the first few minutes, we almost scored from Kai Havertz's header, or I actually think should have done better with it in the first, 25, 26 seconds? Leandro Trossard was pretty much right wing. Then he come back over to the left. Then he was in the middle. Then he was playing 9. Then he was playing attacking 8. Then he was playing attacking 10. Now obviously he wasn't genuinely playing these positions, but he was in those positions and those spaces in the pitch. And I think sometimes you've got to look at what this signing has been for Arsenal. Leandro Trossard has honestly gone down as one of the best January pieces of business that we've ever done. I think he has been nothing short of phenomenal for Arsenal. For £26 million, we have absolutely got that amount of money back for him. And I think when you look at what he can still do in an Arsenal shirt, he still looks fit. He still looks like he's got that quality, that technical ability. And we might even see, if he does stay at Arsenal in the next couple of years, him dropping into deeper positions. He reminds me so much of players that we've previously had at Arsenal. He reminds me of Ljungberg with his movement and his runs. He reminds me on the ball of Santi Cazorla with the fact that he's got that low centre of gravity and that he got that agility to turn left and right. He definitely does look good enough with both of his feet. And I think sometimes you've got to look at what he's done already in terms of scoring goals and creating goals. And he's turned up in big games, whether it be Stamford Bridge, whether it be goals against United, goals against Liverpool, goals against Bayern Munich and Porto in the Champions League. And again, although he didn't score goals today, he did create and look so good going forward. Obviously, he got the assist for the first goal. Brilliant strike from Martin Zubamendi. Everybody in the crowd was saying, how are we going to beat low block? What are we going to do to try and improve? And I thought the only obvious shout was shoot. Declan Rice had a shot, it just went wide. Kai Havertz had a shot, it just went wide. Havertz had a chance with the header. We were good moving forward. And then what happens? Trossard cuts it back to Zubamendi, and Zubamendi has a brilliant chance to shoot, and it goes in. And do you know what? When I looked at it, first of all, I thought it must have hit someone and gone in. Must have deflected. Do you know what? It was brilliant, because what we've seen from Trossard and Zubamendi's link up there is Zubamendi actually having a dig. So fair play to him, man. Just inch perfect, in off the post. That's why it looked like he got deflected when you saw it live. I was very, very impressed today with what I saw from Trossard and Zubamendi, and I thought both of them definitely had a shout for Player of the Match awards. Then of course we go into the scenario of looking at who else played well today. The substitutes deserve a mention. All of them come on and did something. And Arsenal were just so much better going forward today. Like, we were free flowing. It was actually looking like we could do something when we went forward. Eze deserves a mention. He came through, he drove with the ball, he flicks through to Martinelli, and Martinelli isn't quite able to get his shot away. Flip the roles reverse, Martinelli's away, and Martinelli is flying forward, and Martinelli is driving forward. And I thought he was actually quite impressive when he came on today. I personally felt like Martinelli probably did deserve a start. The problem you've got with Martinelli at the moment is that Trossard has now started and played very well, because he was my player of the match today, Trossard. I thought he was exceptional in pretty much everything that he did going forward. So it's going to be hard for this team to hold their places in this side. And I think it's a great opportunity for them all to actually showcase what they're about and show Mikel Arteta what they can do. Because for me, I'm a big fan of what I've seen so far. Today, attack-wise, was one of the best we've seen in a long time. We needed to be convincing today, and that's exactly what we were. And I thought going forward, there's a lot of them that can hold their heads up higher. Now, Gabriel Jesus, let's quickly mention him, because he, for me, should stay onside a lot more. And there's no excuses as to why he was offside for that chance that he had. Now, I know it might be a penalty if he goes down and he's been clipped. Really and truly, you should be putting that away, and definitely you should be onside. There's a couple of times I get frustrated with what I've seen from Gabriel Jesus because I don't think he's onside enough. I think there's a lot of times and a lot of opportunities where he gets threaded through with the ball. And I have more confidence than anybody when he goes through one-on-one. My problem is, most of the time he's offside. And I need to see him improve that. He's got to time his run better. His movement's great. His ability's great. He's got great agility on the ball. He's technically gifted. But sometimes just stay onside. Do the basics. Get your line. Time your run better. Because there's no excuses to be offside there, in my opinion. Kai Havertz. It's a brilliant threaded ball. He's done that quite a lot now. I've seen him do it against Leeds, I've seen him do it against Kairat, I've seen him do it against Chelsea, and then obviously he scored the goal. And then today he threads through Jesus. I really like the fact that he's spreading the ball forward. I think his passing has always been pretty good, Kai Havertz. I think it's one of the attributes I actually rate highly in relation to where we are with Kai Havertz. I think sometimes he can be more clinical. I think sometimes he can be a better finisher in the box. I think sometimes we can see more off the ball. But actually, when you look at what Kai Havertz does with his passing, I think it's always been pretty good. I think he's quite good at pinpoint passes, but I also think he's got that kind of weight of pass. He's got that vision. He's got that kind of creativity, which maybe, just maybe, could be one of the reasons we need to see him in the 10 more. And then what happens is I said to my dad, finally, we're going to see Gyokeres coming on and see the link-up play with Kai Havertz. And do you know what was mad? Straight away, he set him up. And straight away, he took him off. And I was a bit like, I wanted to see that a bit longer because against Leeds and against Kairat it worked, and I appreciate Sunderland at home and we should win that game. But really and truly, you can only beat what's in front of you. And I wanted to see what that partnership was looking like for a little bit longer. Eza come on, was excellent. And then you've got a big up to Viktor Gyökeres. Viktor Gyökeres, fair play. Let me do a little piece on Viktor Gyökeres because I feel personally now that we can actually say that it's all about scoring. I don't care that he doesn't do much off the ball. I don't care that he does do a lot off the ball. I don't care that he holds it up and he links up play and he makes people around him better, because that for me is not the reason we bought him. We bought him to do exactly what he's done today, and that's put the ball in the back of the net. I think when you look at Gyokeres' goals now, I think he's actually got, what's he got? I think 14 in all competitions, and is it 8 in the league? Like, we're not talking about someone who's still waiting for his first goal here. I think sometimes the rival fans alike are saying, he's been a shambles, he hasn't been good enough. And I was ready to kind of go down that road and get some white flags out and say, yeah, it's not working for him. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't give up totally, because I do feel like there is a player who just is able to put the ball in the back of the net. And if you need the ball to fall to someone, I need him to be in the right place. And today he kind of was. There was 2 opportunities there where he scored in both of them. In the first one, people will say, he nearly mucked it up. He actually just slipped and he still put it in. And then, of course, in the first one, it's all Martinelli. It's a brilliant run from Martinelli. It's exceptional from him, in fact. The way that he just keeps driving. These are strong, physical players that Sunderland have. And Martinelli's drive gets him through it. He goes forward, he goes forward, he goes forward. And then it's a brilliant little layoff for Gyokeres to tap into an empty net. And I don't care if it's a tap-in. I want Gyokeres in those positions. I want him to be the available option. I want him to make it easy for his players around him. Be the guy that's there. Say, look, pass it to me. I'll tap it home. He's done that against Forest. He's done that against Chelsea away. He's done that now tonight. He's been in the right place at the right time. And I think that is exactly what you needed. For me, that's why I always loved Righty, because he scored all sorts of wonderful goals, but he was always in the right place at the right time. Nicolas Anelka, another ex-Arsenal striker that we had, that was always in the right place at the right time. And that, for me, is what I need to see more from Viktor Gyökeres for sure. Let's be real, the signing is a signing that I wanted. Viktor Gyökeres is a player that I think I told everybody we have to get this summer. And for 55 million, I thought it was a really good piece of business. I hope we don't come to May and look back and say, it hasn't worked out. Maybe we still will. All I'll say is this, guys. If we win trophies in May, it's worked out. It's worked out. And there's nothing wrong with saying that he might be a squad player. He might not be a starter every game. He might not take us across that line. He might not be a Thierry Henry. He might not look at us in 5-10 years time and think, wow, what an unbelievable time I've had at Arsenal with being the pivotal part. I'm now in the Thierry Henry or Dennis Bergkamp category. I don't think he will. I think that's quite clear to see. But you know what I will say? He's contributed. He's scored goals. He's won us games. He scored important goals. Maybe there were penalties. Maybe there were last-minute goals. Maybe he's contributed in all competitions. Viktor Gyökeres, I'm not waxing lyrical. Do you know what, today? I thought he was excellent when he come on. He got man of the match because of his 2 goals. I would have given it to Trossard. But if I'm honest with you, I'll take it from him. Because he needs goals. That's now 6 goals in 7 games, I believe. So the people that are laughing at him and saying he's not good enough, he's clearly a goal scorer. He clearly can be that fox in the box. He clearly knows where the goal is and where the back of the net is. Let's just be realistic when we say that right now, we don't care what people are saying because we're winning games. Lastly, Liverpool City tomorrow. I don't care what happens now because we did our job. If Manchester City drop points or lose, Arsenal find themselves potentially 8 or 9 points clear. And that will be job done for me. I can get my chest out and say it's done. Because I will still be going into the Etihad game and saying, win this game. Not just don't lose. I want to win every single game. If we win the rest of our games, we end up on 95 points. I don't think we will. I think we'll drop potentially 6 or 7 points in the next few games, at least. Now, if it gets to a stage where we're 12, 15, maybe even more points, and we are to do a madness, then really and truly I don't care what we end up on as long as we do win. I think if the results go our way tomorrow and Liverpool get the win, or even the draw, I do think it will be Arsenal's title. And I'll start to get my chest out. Do me a favour, people, hit like on this one, hit subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.